now it's time to get into some book news. Lindsay, what do you have for us?
Huge news in the Disney world. They have acquired the rights to a fantasy series, Impossible Creatures, by author Katherine Rundell, and a 7-figure deal to the author to acquire the movie rights for this unfinished children's series. Not even complete yet. Only 2 of the 5 books in the series have been published. The first, Impossible Creatures, came out in 2023, and the second, The Poison King, literally just came out. The series follows Christopher, a young boy who finds a hidden entrance to the magical world of the Gilmoria archipelago while on vacation with his grandfather in the Scottish Highlands. While there, he befriends Mal, who enlists him to save this hidden world, which is experiencing a decline in magic. This series is hugely popular with 4 million copies sold worldwide. So I am so excited. This seems like the series that Disney is really hedging to be like their next big thing. I haven't even heard of it, but I am excited.
I'm a child that I come from like the Percy Jackson series, so I am a sucker for this invisible second veil of a world that nobody's able to see. So I think this sounds really fun. I'm excited for that. Some other news: Ana Huang is set to release her Twisted series as a graphic novel. If you guys, I have read this series and it's just like a contemporary romance story. We have Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies have all been acquired by Avon and Harper Alley to be adapted into graphic novels. Ana Huang was kind of chatting with Cosmopolitan, and she said that I've long admired the expressive power of a graphic novel and the ability to tell stories in a visually immersive way. I am thrilled to partner with Avon and Harper Alley to reimagine this series not only for longtime fans, but also for a whole new audience of readers. The series is set to release in 2027, and in addition, Netflix has also acquired this series, so we're also going to see it as a show or a movie coming up soon. Oh, TV series, going to be adapted into a TV series. It was right here in my notes and I didn't read that. But I'm really excited. I think this is really good. I really love this whole, I don't want to call it new genre, but like a new way to experience art, like books, which is through graphic novels. Like I think that's why we're seeing such a rise in popularity with manga and with a lot of comic books, because I think people crave trying to be able to interact and capture a story in different manners. It doesn't have to just be through reading or through like audiobooks. I think when you incorporate a visual element into it, is going to be more gravitating for people to kind of enjoy it. So I'm excited for this.
Did you like the series?
I did. I think it was like a fun little contemporary love series. So I read all of them. I've also read all of her the King of Sins series, like the King of Wrath and all of these things. And I did enjoy the Twisted series better than the King of Sins series. So it's kind of a fun little contemporary romance, which they're kind of fun.
I know. Apart from like Archie and Betty and Veronica, like I haven't read a lot of like romance graphic novels. So I think this is kind of cool. I'm excited to see how they, like what direction they take it.
Me too.
Okay. Next up, we have a interesting pairing for an upcoming fantasy trilogy between Brandon Sanderson and Peter Orullian. Brandon Sanderson, fantasy author of Oathbringer and Mistborn and a million other things that we love, Trust of the Emerald Sea, and Peter Orullian, a musician and author of The Unremembered, are collaborating on a 3-part fantasy series called The Strata Wars. The first book, Songs of the Dead, is set to be released on June 16th, 2026 by Simon & Schuster. Simon & Schuster describes the book as when Jack Solomon, a struggling musician who works in London's West End, is killed, he awakens to a new reality in which light and music are used to create magic and where living eras of the past sprawl beneath modern London layer upon layer all the way back to recorded history. Jack also soon discovers that many of those who reside in the stratums of London's past have grown angry with the present world, and that their anger is being channeled by a powerful society of light and music-based magic wielders who can cross the realms between life and death, between the present and the past, a past where the dead are sowing revolution against the living, and all of history is at stake. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay. I like the premise. I'm curious. I'm intrigued.
I love a multiverse. Like it's sort of V.E. Schwab does this in A Darker Shade of Magic, where it's like London's layered on top of each other. I think this will be interesting. From what I know, Peter Orullian is a magician. Nope, a musician. He's not a magician.
Maybe he is. We don't know.
Yeah, he looks like a very a very stereotypical, like kind of like metal dude, like a metal dad though. like a bit older. Anyway, I think this could be a really interesting pairing.
I'm always really fascinated, and this is just me being judgmental, but I always kind of get a little weirded out when like authors kind of partner up with like an actor or an actress or like a musician or something to kind of bring a story together. I don't know why it always kind of weirds me out, but like I feel like when you combine those type of different worlds, it's gonna give like an added layer for like storytelling. So I feel like it's a me thing. Like I need to be a little bit more open minded with that, because like in the premise
Like you feel like it's for the clout.
Yeah, sometimes I think so. But like I think there's a good opportunity for a lot of like good, interesting stories to be told, and I'm just being a rude person here by not being more open-minded.
No. I mean, Peter Orullian is an author as well, so I do think like he has some experience with the craft. He has a published novel, so. But I think this is an interesting. Like Brandon Sanderson doesn't strike me as like a rock god, so I think this will be an interesting pairing. I think it'll be like ultimately really good.
Yeah, because I think they come from such different worlds in a way that I think it's gonna just give a little added layer for like storytelling, like things that maybe they wouldn't have been able to come up with their own. Having that collaboration, I think that could be really interesting.
1,000%. All right, what do you have for us?
So we have some news coming from the Knowles world. So Solange Knowles just launched the St. Heron Library, which is dedicated to preserving rare, out-of-print, and first edition works by Black and Brown authors. This digitized archive will give free access to difficult-to-find works in the hopes of heightening the digital footprint of these authors. The library is going to include fiction, poetry, and art books. And the best part about this is that you're going to be able to borrow this book up to 45 days, which is kind of a really nice perk when you're borrowing books. Like, my library only gives me 2 weeks, so way to go, Solange. I love it when... Go ahead. Yeah, I love it when like rich people are putting money into a cause that is so good for society as a whole. So I really appreciated this, and I didn't know that she was into this type of advocacy. So I mean, I love her even more than I thought I could. This is amazing.
I've never even heard of something like this, like a digital archive. I mean, I've heard of like digital archives from like research in college, but like it would never even occur to me to do that as like a nonprofit. And it's so smart and interesting. Like I think it was just such a cool use of her platform to put together something like this. Yeah.
Also, the name of the library, pretty freaking cool. The St. Heron Library. Like, I don't know. It just kind of goes with her brand. I just love it. Okay, and I think that's all we have for book news.